All right, and we are live. So, over the weekend, had a couple lucky trades and was able to get one of these bad boys, Original Sin. So, we've been saving up for this for weeks. Finally got it. Feels real good, man, to get it. We were able to slap on these replica Oberons. Um, and then we re-rolled the ring. Got a pretty lucky re-roll on it actually. We got tier 1 accuracy rating with strength and intelligence. We needed the intelligence, so perfect. And we're still kind of like sort of, but not really budget on the build now, because we're still using the Eyes of the Great Wolf, which allows us. This particular one allows us to ignore our cold resistance. And I've since also switched out some of the gems. Oops, this one. And so I just have some self-crafted ones. You can buy them for about 5 divines each, but or more if you're gonna try and get strength on that singular node there. Then it's quite a bit more. But yeah, so just the graceful execution, martial mastery, martial prowess ones. So that's just some strength with attack speed and some accuracy rating, which translates to attack speed and damage. Uh, Still not entirely sure if these are better than something like this, which I also self-crafted, which is just some flat strength, so it's like 10 strength for each node. Probably a little better, considering that you're getting 20 strength out of that, and you're getting 30 strength out of this. So probably better to go with the big nodes. But anyway, yeah, and I have this one here, working on that last level to hit that last jewel slot there. I had also picked up one of these chaos resistance while affected by purity of elements with some life hit by vitality. Picked that up for about 30 divine orbs, and so they're not cheap. So we're definitely moving out of the from the mid budget to the high budget now, especially because the Original Sin. Um, but here's the thing I've noticed, and that's that PoE Ninja's saying I'm doing about 5 million damage, which is 5 times the damage than when I had this on my Slayer. What else is of note? Uh, I have a lot of damage is there, but definitely lacking in the defenses department still. Even though 90% fizz, 51,000 armor. We are one short on the lightning res, but 89 lightning res is still quite a bit. And again, our cold res doesn't matter. Capped fire res and pretty decent chaos res. Still not as tanky as I'd like to be, especially for this kind of investment. This kind of investment you could put on any other build essentially and get way better performance out of it. So still not entirely happy with it. Still have some messing around, playing around to do. I do know, I'm aware that I need a simplex amulet. I'm aware that I could, I'm essentially missing 3 endurance charges, right? 1 on the boots, 1 on the ring, and 1 on the sword. That's the other thing. I did end up finish crafting the sword. I got so excited when I got this Original Sin. I was like, okay, I can't wait. I have to craft the sword. So we got really, really lucky. We hit it with the Veiled Orb. Got the Chaos Pen on the first Veiled Orb. Was awesome. Took me about 10 tries to get the tier 1 attack speed. And then I just have crafted strength and accuracy rating on there. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with the weapon. As far as like a settle weapon goes anyway. If we actually price check this. And we go... If we were just to flat out sell this, let's see, we just do that with LED PS and Chaos Pen. They're the only ones out there are mirror service. And what if we were to take off just that, maybe still mirror service, take that off, still only ones for mirror service. Take the projectiles return. Yeah, there's only mirror service ones out there at this point. Take off the 6 links. Yeah, like at this point in the league, oh maybe it's because I have the white sockets selected. Let's try that again. Highly DPS and that. Okay, so there's one for 130 divines out there with the spell damage and the DPS and that. Oh, let's actually take a look at it. I'm curious. Okay, so it's essentially the same. They went with the double damage over the strength. But essentially the same sword out there. You can scoop one up for 130 divines, which is actually pretty cheap, all things considered. And then other than that, it's just the mirror service swords that have the endurance charge and all that good stuff. So, right. Flash, I just went with granite. For now, this is what I'm using is a granite. That granite does give quite a bit of defenses. You can see I'm still at 90 physical damage reduction, although I found I was really taking, even though it's still 90%, I was still like, physical damage was still killing me, like especially from these rogue exiles, so having that on really did make a big difference. Then I just have this one with the armor on there, and corrupted blood bleeding immunity on there, reduce effective curses for mapping, and then just a progenesis there. Other than that, oh yeah, and our 90% reservation multiplier. Another thing I could use is a higher level Enlighten, and actually, let me try that out right now, just while I'm thinking about it, because I cannot fit Flesh and Stone in as is, and that is quite a bit less damage taken. So let's just see what a level, what is a level 4 Enlighten I need? Yeah. Do I have one crafted up here? No, those are just empowers. Oh, save that for gambling day. Yeah, just put that there for gambling day. And right, let's just see what a level 4 Enlighten goes for. Maybe I can afford one. Oh, they're only 20 divides only. All right, let's get one. Could afford it. Let's see if that'll allow us to fit that aura in. Maybe. Ooh, doesn't really leave much, unfortunately. It's gonna help, but ooh, not yes and no kind of for the helping. We might need to drop a thing here. I'm just kind of thinking, what could I do? We could, just because I kind of wanted to take maybe one of these. Probably get into these three here. Alternatively, I could do 3 here, get 12 mana reservation efficiency. It's going to mean a loss of some damage, but I think the defense is just going to be better. Go out of that. What's that one? So we could go for more aura effect too, which would be 3 points that way as well. We'll go with that, because then that's going to empower our... Well, that still doesn't bring our lightning res up high enough. I was going to say that empowers our purity of elements, but that still doesn't get the lightning res up high enough. Oh, that's because there's no aura effect in those on Stirp. We can get some aura effect in these ones. That's aura. Yeah. That'll help with our lightning res. There we go. And that helps with that. That gives us 77 mana, which is still pretty tight. That gives us 4 extra points. Kind of like playing around with it a little bit. Hey, Tom. That's going pretty good. Just kind of figuring things out right now. Curious about damages here. So 2174, and it's showing 1.3. What if we switch out this one? Oh, I need more refund points. We ended up getting the original sin, Tom. So we're just messing around with things, trying to get some defenses up here a little more. We're going to sacrifice some damages. Maybe. So again, so that was, say 20, 28, 177. So we are missing 20 strength, but more damages. So I guess we'll go with that. Pop these bad boys in. Four points left. Still pretty tight on the mana though. Thinking maybe so that would be 2 to all max res. We could go less on the max res. Some lightning res like that though. Thinking of how to keep some max res going here. Thinking of either going into a medium cluster or I could go. It's so good, yes, but for the investment, I think there's other builds out there that definitely perform better. At least better than like going from a mid-budget to, we'll call it high budget now because we have Original Sin, but we don't have the mirror, like the boots that cost a mirror, the amulet that costs a mirror, the ring that costs a mirror, and the sword that costs a mirror, right? So it's kind of like it's not where I want it to be, not yet anyway. Not performing as good as it should be for the cost investment anyway. But we'll see. We'll see. Getting these defenses up a little bit more, it might help. Thinking right now it's going to be difficult to maintain. It may be difficult to maintain mana cost because, like, if I'm not hitting anything, then that's not going to be good enough. Let's see what medium clusters there are. Let's see. Let's take a look. Medium clusters. Could go for proj damage, maybe? Is there anything good for proj damage? Yeah. See, I agree, like, it's gonna, like, obviously the build's gonna get better. But it's gonna get better because there's another potential 3 endurance charges, which is quite a bit of damage mitigation, right? And I do have quite a bit of strength, potential strength to go as well. Could go with repeater for attack speed, or I could just do like a medium cluster that's just has strength on it, like just a 35% increase effect strength, and that would do. I guess I would technically get the split personality a little bit further away too, but that would do 4 points. And yeah, the other option being I just spend 4 points like going into like leader of the pack. Or I could do 3 points into mana mastery and just have an extra point for now. I'm only level 98 as well, so I do have 2 potential extra points. Maybe I'll just do that. We'll get it nice and comfortable for mana use, and then I can go into maybe we could just make our auras have more increased effect on me. That brings our resistance up even more. That should be fine. Also, I've forever forgotten to do this Pantheon, so we could do like a proper thing on the Pantheon. I always like Solar Kali just for the damage over time taken. I know a lot of guys like to go for Lunaris or Stellaris, but definitely don't need to be going into Brine King. So I already have that done. I usually just take Aberrath for unaffected by burning ground, but I think we have enough regen, we don't have to worry about that one. I should take Grunthal, right? Grunthal or Tucahon is fine too. But I would think probably Grunthal. Dropping the Leech Nodes. The Vital Watcher's Eye. Oh, Vitality? Yeah, I have that one. Well, I have a life per enemy hit with the Purity of Elements. So you're thinking I could lose these three? I still need some form of mana leech, right? And I was thinking the leech's instant is kind of nice, but I don't necessarily need it. That's a good point. I mean, maybe for now I'll see how this feels just as is here. Just park those there for now. And let's I've been testing on, so tier 16 Exiles seems to be fine. I am struggling in these tier 17 maps, so just unlucky. Alright, that looks fine. It's not the greatest currency rolls, but just for the sake of things, let's just do that. Let's just throw some rarity in here just because we're doing Rogue Exiles in here. That should be fine. We're just doing very basic Rogue Exiles. We're not doing Wisps or anything like that. We'll just see. We'll see going in here as like with more emphasis on tankiness, right? Let's see how it goes. We're just gonna save the rituals. We'll do them in, you know, just try and get some rituals with Rogue Exiles in them before we start doing them. Kind of sort of rush the boss, kind of sort of, but not really. I'm just doing red altars. We're not doing anything too crazy yet. Not until we can hit a stride, some sort of stride anyway. Get it figured out. But yeah, I fully intend, like, probably spend the rest of the week just trying to figure out what's a good, you know, just figure out a good what this build can do, what it can't, at least at the level it's currently at. And I might put out a video just kind of documenting how it went. Just for fun. Just for all those who are interested in getting into this kind of build, who might not have like 5 years to put it in right away. Let's see how this boss goes. We're still taking some damages. Should depot there. This boss could be such an asshole with her these guys, little explodey guys. Ouch. Remember to put stuff away. One life. Too bad it's bad base. Run around, pop all these skulls, otherwise they'll end up coming crawling at you, doing lots of damages later. That. Oh, come on. Unlucky. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but you may be able to... Like, I have that plugin where you should just be able to do, like, something build or something. Hold on, let me find out so I could tell you the command. Someone was brought that up to me a couple weeks ago, and I made sure to get the plugin for the Twitch on that. Or it's for Twitch, so maybe it won't work on YouTube.
Mr. Catface.
Let's see. Do. Buy extensions. Armory extension. I'll just throw it in the thing. I want to research that right now. Oh, are you looking into my into my Skelly build? I've been messing around with that. Or I'll bring up my path to build and put it on screen. My Skellies! Yeah, I've been messing around with it. I have to work defenses into the build and all that kind of stuff, but I have my Skelly build. The Skellies are doing 1,000,002 each. That's just with 4 items on it. Well, a bunch of eye jewels and clusters in the build. But I really want to get a build going with the Iron Mass, so that's kind of my little project I'm working on. I'll have to roll a new character for it and stuff like that, but I think it was Ghazi I caught him saying the other day. Ghazi said, if you're gonna do a minion build, then you might as well just do a Zoomancer build, because Zoomancer is just gonna out DPS all the other minion builds. He's saying, like, if you're gonna do a golem build, you might as well just do Zoomancer. If you're gonna, you know, like, it's just... I guess the damage with the Zoomancer is just so much more, and Zoomancer, I think, from what I understand, meaning just have, like, specters and all, just, like, have everything, you know? All sorts of different minions all at once. But I still want to see if I can get that Iron Mass working. Find some rogue exiles inside some of these rituals. Make it worth running the rituals. Okay, here we go. Is that a rogue exile? No, I can't tell. The only thing with me, with like Zoomancer and minion builds, is I hate how you can't see what's going on. Just, I'm just not a fan of it. Me? Oh yeah, I bet those are nice. Are you? You're using the The alternative raised Skelly's gem, I take it? So you're only doing the skeletal mages? I bet that's really good. Just jumping around. I bet that would feel like kind of like the Diablo 2 Necromancer build where you just teleport around and telestomp on things, all that stuff. So for just the normal, killing the normal stuff and the Rogue Exiles, this feels okay. It's unlucky none of the Rogue Exiles ended up in the rituals. Just pop these rituals just in case someone ended up in here. Just in case there's good loots in the rituals too. It is tier 17 rituals. Yes, I did. Like the poison one? Or just like regular one? 'Cause I've done both. Granted, I can't really remember what exactly was involved in it, but I remember it was very, very strong. I want to say the last time I did SRS was in Sanctuary League. And I was trying to... I had gotten an Original Sin invitation on that league, and I was practicing forever for doing no-hit runs. And I remember it was just, like, so nerve-wracking trying to do no-hit runs. I never did end up getting the Original Sin that league. Never ended up being able to do it. Of course, back then, Original Sin wasn't worth what it is this league, right? It wasn't really worth the all the effort in trying to get one, practice and all that stuff. That was back when a Covenant was actually worth something, the chess piece. Tier 17 bosses are nothing when they can't hide behind their phases. Nothing really special here. It's very good. It's like it's so good. I guess with the just the added chaos, you're not getting that. You're not getting the the +1 to chaos skill gems, Socrates chaos skill gem, but from awakened added chaos, but it's pretty good. Even the replica version, I think I have one in here for sale, maybe. The replica one's pretty cool too, the 29 added cold. But, I've had this thing for sale for a while, no one's buying it. But it's just a lot of damage added into your link setup, right? Alright, let's try another tier 16, see how it goes. I have so many of them, I'm not too worried that I'm not running optimal, or tier 17 I should say. I'm not worried that I'm not running optimal tier 17s. What's this? Yeah, not running that. Tell you. Oh, corrupted ones. Scarab currency. Volatile cores, that's fine. Effective non-course auras, that might hurt, but we'll try it. See if it works. See if we can do these. So that... Oof. Yeah, it's pretty huge. Can't really run, because we're running Purity of Elements, depending on it, we can't really, this is gonna be a rough map. Pretty sure it's more flat than like an Awaken added cold. However, you're not getting the +1 to socketed cold gems, right? Those volatile cores, forgot all about them. Ouch! This is gonna be rough. We can't do the minus aura effect, unfortunately. Yeah, that guy's probably just gonna be gatekeeper. Maybe get him. Got him. Oof. Gotta like go into tryhard mode to do these. I just want to chill do maps, man. Don't want to tryhard this. Definitely getting carried by that extra leech in here. Just gotta remember to stand still and just start hitting. Instead of jumping around all the time, but if I stop jumping around, then those volatile cores will get me. It's like, just gotta go try hard. Here we go. Ah! Ah. These altars on the bosses, ugh. Ow. Sorry, we needed to depot. Eh. I mean, maybe because it has minus lightning res. Put it up for 20 chaos, see what happens. It's that, like, delayed incoming damage on this boss. Kinda sucks. She's slamming. Oh, unlucky. Definitely, like, suffering on the mechanics here, but also, I mean, they're not doing extra LE damage. Like, the fact that I can't tank this shit is kind of unlucky. What was that map? I'm usually half decent at this fight. Like I know for a fact I could go into these maps with my squishy my other guy, my what is it? My Deadeye. I could go into these maps with my other character and clear them quite easily just because of the freeze factor that I have. Try that. We have, yep. Nope. Less armor, less chance to block. We could try that. It's kind of got garbage rewards though, so we'll roll over it. That cannot be stunned. So, we don't have endurance charge generation. There's just so much that I feel like this build can't do. I guess you could say I'm a little discouraged with it. As far as tier 17s go anyway. This should be fine. We have scarabs, which is good. Volatile cores, that should be fine. Slap some extra rarity on here, because we're not running any rarity on the gear. Yes and no, right? It's just like a... Like, yeah, there is a certain, like, get good factor to the boss fight, but once you know the mechanics, it's a pretty easy boss fight. I feel like I know the mechanics well enough to be able to do it. It's... the fact that the character can't even take a hit from the boss is, no bueno. Or the investment, anyway. It's all relative to the investment that's gone into the character. So I'm being kind of harsh on it, on my assessment of it. Like, yeah, sure, there is a get good factor, but also for, like, almost 2 years of investment, it's kind of like, I could probably just have any other build and do much better for the investment. But we'll keep going. I'm not going to give up. So I'm not going to give up right away. Definitely going to give it a good try. See what works, see what doesn't work, see what the build's good at. Like, the fact that I can't take a volatile core is not a good thing. I have 4,000 health, and in there, you know, 90 fire res. It's like, what's... I'm missing a defensive layer is what I'm missing, right? In here we have, yeah, we have 90 fire, like we have 90 all res set effectively. Can't take a single volatile core. And I realized, like, so, like, they really need, like, a you died to this text. Be nice to know what's killing me. Looked like I got hit by a Rogue Exile there, or some sort of lightning thing there. Was it you, Tom, that mentioned switching out of the Iron Fortress might be a way to go? Was that you, or was that someone else? I can't remember. That could be the next step, is to switch out of the Iron Fortress. Because it doesn't seem to be blocking shit. Like 44% block just isn't very good, is it? Skip that altar. I could imagine that it would be like a percent strength kind of deal, right? Probably percent strength, maybe reduced damage from crits. That's what I would have. The fact that I can't take fucking shit for damage in here. Maybe is that what's doing it? Am I getting crit? That could very well be the missing piece here. I get a little tilted when I die on a multi-mirror build. They are doing big crits. That could be what's doing it. Yeah, so just be an essence spam then, is effectively, right? Essence spam until you get percent strength with another mod so that you can elevate the strength. Well, that's not bad either, but then you're gonna miss out on damage. Pretty sure Iron Fortress +3 is like 250-ish divs. Everything one-shots me. Yeah, maybe we'll look into that after this map, for sure. Fractured. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Alternatively, you could go fractured horror as well. Yeah, we did that Did you find that you were, effectively just as tanky, not using an Iron Fortress? Because, like, yeah, sure, like, you're gonna, like, it's... You're losing out on the block, although, like, 40% block it's kind of shit. So, I could see how it'd be tankier and at the same time not as tanky. Hmm. You know what? I just sold all of my so actually I'll get into it when I get back in town. So next on my next step here. So we all know I'm gonna die again. It really doesn't, eh? Like, it feels like it's not doing shit. It feels like I'm playing a squishy boy. Can I look at my ritual words, please? Take a second to look at it. Okay, nothing really worth. Can't remember if I'm at my last portal or not. Whew. Hmm. Yeah. 8k Fizz max hit, that's huge. Especially if you're capped on your if you're 90% Ellie as well, right? If you're already big Ellie max hit. Did you find you lost out on a lot of strength? Because that's also one thing that I'm lacking at the moment. Right? Like I think I'm 2100 strength right now. It's kind of low, right? Kind of on the low side. call that good enough. I just have to use the washroom. I'll be right back. Oh, see, like 30 your damage. Okay. So just like a quick like where I found some currency to get this original sin is I actually found a lot of currency in these chisels. Actually, I still have lots of divination chisels here, although I guess they've gone way down in price. But mainly, I believe is the pack size got me a ton, and whatever these ones were. I had a lot of currency hidden in these, a lot and a lot and a lot. And then also I did clear up my essences as well, so I had a lot of currency tied up in these guys and just in essences in general. So if you guys are hard up for currency, definitely take a look at those tabs. There might be stuff hidden in there that you don't realize you have. So let's just do that. Get rid of these guys. Let's see if... Well, what else does this guy give us, right? He gives us damage. It gives us melee damage, right? As well. So it is quite a bit. And it gives us a lot of flat strength. Let's just take a quick look at Crafted Exile. Because I do have something in mind. We do body armors, strength. So Elder has percent increased strength, right? And wonder if there's any other good. You could get level to support gems. You could get level on Shaper. Warlord has increased strength. And it has level socket skill gems. And it has... Maybe we go with a Warlord base. Just do a quick check on her on our veiled things too. You can get increased attributes for veiled, eh? Interesting. I wonder if you could get increased attributes with increased strength. And yeah, Essence Crafted is the Horrors. Reduced extra damage from crits per endurance charge. I also saw some guys running Crab as well. I wonder if Crab would be worth running. What does Crab do? Maybe you could fit a Crab in instead. It's been so long since I've looked into that. The Crab. Okay, nothing crazy. Okay, so not Crab. So we could do a horror spam and attempt to do a veiled attributes, although that could get expensive. We could do a horror fracture. Let's see what a horrid fracture costs. Well, I don't have that much currency right now. That may keep fractured. Did people hit any on any good bases? Okay, well they are expensive. So 50 divines for that one. Maybe not. What about like we did get a fractured strength. Would probably be cheaper. And that would take less horrors hitting it. Strength. Fractured. Body armor. 55's highest. That is much cheaper. And there is a Titan plate right there. Boom. Legion right there. Pretty cheap fracture, actually. What the heck? So in this strategy, we'd be hitting it with horrors. Essentially, we'd be hitting it with horrors. We would veil it. Hope for increased attributes. We need to check what the crafted increased attributes is, though, compared. It's 6% versus like 8%, so maybe just the crafted would be fine. So this would be a very easy chest to craft if we were to do it that way. Alternatively, we go with a warlord base and we use more horrors until we hit strength. We could do the crafted. Well, ideally we hit the strength with the increased strength. Would be ideal with the horrors. And I think that 3 suffixes filled up there. Just like thinking in my mind here. Be much easier just to do it this way, and then we can get implicits as well. What's our implicit options here? I'm not too sure how to use this website for implicits. We need to learn how. I keep saying it. I need to learn how to use Craft of Exile. But I keep just going back to this one because it's just easier for me anyway. Let me just click on implicits. We can get effective non-curse auras. We can get the last supply to you have increased effect. That's kind of cool. We can get max res. And then Eater. You can get hits taken as an element. Looks like we have aura effect. Let's get a ton. Yeah, I'm just looking at crafting the chest there. Shiatsu. Just looking at the different options here. We have melee hits have chance to fortify as well, but we already have fortify under leap slam, although it's not a bad one. Probably the damage taken as an element though, for sure. Or less damage taken per strength is actually probably our best option there. Actually. That would be good. That would be effectively 10% less damage taken or more. Okay. So we are going to look for the Fortifel fire. Yeah. What's our best base here? Items. Yeah, I agree, Tom. With the max res, eh? Probably, for sure. Then I could possibly drop a note or two in my tree. So I would think we want... Or I'm just looking at body armors because I have a short memory. It's our best strength armor. Oop. The new bases, we want royal plate, it looks like. Cool. Increased defense mod. Oh, yeah, that would be expensive, wouldn't it? That would be very expensive. But I'm thinking, oh shit, there's royal plate, right? We want at least we want a perfect strength roll. We want to keep in oof. Yeah, the increased defenses with the yeah, with the essence of horror and fractured strength. Could try it. Or do we just go horror with increased attributes and screw the fractured strength? That's the question, right? Is that flat strength really worth? We're just gonna. Oh, that's a base percentile, 100%. See if this guy's online. This guy responds. Let's go to 54. Here's effectively, right here is actually the chest that I would want. Right here. Just big armor. We got strength, attributes. Oh, this doesn't have the horror. I thought it had the horror. Never mind. I don't know why that guy's asking so much. That's crazy. Well, obviously because it is implicit, but... Oh, I guess and because of the... He has a nice tailoring orb one. Tailored. That's still too much for that, in my opinion. You can make that for way less than that. I guess I could just do it through a series of recombines, yeah. I think for now, though, I'll just go for a relatively cheap method of crafting, as opposed to, you know, like instead of just going for a massive investment into the chess piece at this moment, or at this point, because I still have a better amulet to get. Still have better boots, ring, and weapon to get. Not many at the moment. We've basically gone with a mid-budget stacker. I'm calling it high budget at this point because I got the original Sin over the weekend. But definitely very limited on our currency, just because everything went into the ring. So we're just trying to get this a little more functional for doing tier 17s, doing early exile farming. Just seeing if I can seeing what could be changed to make it more playable, not dying as much. It's just, Oops. They really need to make it so when you click on the currency exchange, you click on I want, that it automatically puts you in this little search bar. Yeah, that's my thought, is simplex for the next thing, the next big investment. I think I can get this chest piece crafted for under 10 divines, I'm pretty sure. It's horror I want, right? Yeah, I want horrors. I have chaos orbs. People are buying for 22. So let's go on to 5. Do 4 for 100. Do 8 for 200. I'd imagine that will fill. So we really don't need to hit this with very many. And I guess in the meantime, we'll just do a couple more maps, just see how it goes. Just with as is, see what I can get. Oops, I don't think we want that one. Yeah, it's corrupted. Let's see. Minus max res. See, it's unfortunate that like something like this, I know is going to be difficult for my character to do. We'll see if it can be done. But ideally with the kind of investment, what me and Tom were talking about anyway, the kind of investment that's into this character, it should be able to manage most things. You know, you have over a mirror invested into your character, you'd expect to be able to go into most maps and be able to do them. And that's where this character is lacking. So that's why we're looking into more defensive options anyway. Like, the offense is there. It's not the greatest, but it's 5 million PoE ninja damage anyway, which is respectable for Molten Strike anyway. It means it's way more than 5 million. Yeah, I've become really accustomed to, I have another character that is, trying to think of it's a Wander, freezes everything. It's a little squishy, it's Headhunter build. I'm trying to think of the skill it uses, I can't remember it at this second for some reason. But, I really like the idea of the other character, just freezing everything. It just makes mapping and everything so safe. Be nice to, somehow get freeze on this character. I was thinking like maybe the Expedition's End or something like that as a chess piece, just so everything gets frozen, just for the safety factor of that. I know that's not going to be great though, compared to other things. One shot though. Even my squishy character can survive that shit. So I know I'm minus res on this. The fact that you can't make a single mistake on a Katarina is not where I want this character to be, that's for sure. Oof. It's just not where I want it to be, unfortunately. We'll just run it down. Last portal. We die, we die. Okay. Alright, just for the sake of... Just for the sake of making this guy a little tankier, we are just gonna overpay for like 2 of these. We're looking for an open suffix, which is fine if I YOLO null it. Actually, we'll just hit it one more time. No, we'll YOLO null because I only have 2. YOLO and all. Got it. Okay, and now we're just going to hit you with, we wanted this, so it's only prefixes that are getting messed with. Looks like I sold all my Eldritch Chaos as well. There's a couple ways of doing this. We can either hit it with Eldritch Chaoses and try and craft it this way, or we can do suffixes can't be changed, but doing that, then we risk filling the suffix. So unfortunately, that's not the best way of doing it. I think for now, it's kind of really shit, isn't it? Chaos. Oof, those are expensive too. Well, we'll buy like... What are these going for? 2 to 1? Rough. Not cheap, that's for sure. Yeah, I guess that reflects in the chaos price too. See if we can't get lucky. Nope. You risk filling the suffix. Oh, it's just gonna fill it. Well, we got a nice big armor roll on that. Maybe we can YOLO null off that life. Can we YOLO null off that life? Nope. Unlucky. Well, let's just do this because... Just because... There we go. Big armor. Can we get another big armor? It's okay. Get another big armor. Don't want the life. Good. Big armor. Should I use regular slams for that? Craft on. Tributes. Slam some armor on this bad boy. Actually, that life's not bad. It's fine. That'll work. Well, I want to have the attribute craft on there. Let's see, we have 4474, 4287, so it's quite a bit less. Having the life, it's funny having the life roll in there is quite a bit less. Ugh. Let's try again. Get rid of that life. Okay, we're still doing okay. Yeah, now we're bad. Okay, let's try again. Ugh. Gross. Yeah, I know I have that on the tree, and that's what I was checking for. That's why I just switched the life or them over quickly to see what would be more on the tree or not. Getting so unlucky. Be out of Chaos Orb soon. Okay, tier 2 armor. It's kind of bad, but we'll keep it. Whatever. That's fine, we can live with it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and we'll just go to omens. Get you there. And because I hate spamming, and I'm very unlucky with 6 linking. And then we'll just do for colors. See if we can get 3 white sockets. Nope, but that'll do. Alright, so we go from on our sheet here, 1,000,004. From 1,000,004. Ooh. That's a big loss for sure. About a third. About a third. Alright, but we still have to Eldritch Craft it, so that's also the thing. So we're going for either 1 max all res, or we're going to go with effect of effective auras. Lightning res. There's a curse of, or effect of non-curse, but with the Atlas boss, unfortunately. There's all res. These big boys on this one, maybe we get lucky. I have 2 dominance as well. I could try and get that all-res up to 2. Been so lucky with the unlucky with the dominance. Or conflict, sorry. Let's try it. Go from grand to greater, naturally. Okay, well, we're not going to bother with that then. This one we were going for reduced damage per strength. Less damage taken per strength. Oh. We've hit dexterity twice, intelligence once. There it is. Oh, that's a unique enemy. Actually, that's okay, because that counts for rogue exiles. That's fine. Although what? The difference is pretty negligible, but we'll go with that. We'll hit this with a dominance too, just for conflict. Okay, we raised our max res back up, so that's okay. That's fine. We'll give this a try. See if I can tank stuff. See if these seem smoother. We don't care about reflect or curses. We have mark for death. This should be fairly easy. Throw some rarity on there. Crazy, just losing a third of our damage, and we're not even really noticing it against those rogue exiles anyway. We have for strength, 2,000. Yeah. Yeah, unless you're scaling your, like... Unless you're scaling your damage up into, like, PoE Ninja, like, you know, 20 million, 10 million, like, the difference between, you know, 5 million to now mine's probably, what, 2 million, 3 million? Not that much difference, or it shouldn't be that much difference. Pretty unlucky with having no exiles in these rituals. Yeah, kind of like Shiatsu mentioned earlier, an Iron Fortress with the I think it was Shiatsu mentioned it. Uh, Getting an Iron Fortress with reduced damage taken from crits also may be pretty good. Keep the damage up that way anyway. Oof. Still didn't save me from that. Woo. That hurt. Yeah, my thought is maybe I start buying them up, you know, and get Friday ready for doing some double corrupts on that chess piece. Max res with it too, yeah, I bet. Yeah, I think at this point I've done 5 sets of Alberons, and I've had 2 sets to 5 anyway. I'm a 9 out of 10 fail ratio. Pretty sure that's linked to my account or something. Having a 9 out of 10 fail ratio on double corrupts. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, I'm also empowering these Ziggurat. Like these are powered bosses too, right? Like only with that one scarab, but it's still like still pretty bad. Well, I survived that hit. Yeah, at least you can keep them for a resell. Oh, look at that. What's that? The Spectre helmet, right? Yeah. It's kind of a crazy helmet. I rolled a 2 on it. Dang. Yeah, there's definitely plenty of upgrades to go. Though not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna end up taking this original Sin Ring and seeing what else I can build with it. Ew, gross. Oh no! Look at that, 3 Divine Beauties. Well, I can defer them at least. I'm full. I don't remember how many. I don't remember how many portals I have left. Surely this is worth something, right? A 26% syndicate scared. Syndicate's a garb. Quality reserve. Quality. 26. 86. 4 divine, 5 divine. Yeah, holding on to that for sure. I don't know why I pick up these scouting reports now. I should really stop. Good enough. So I think this guy will just be dust, and gonna give. I'd say we'll try it 2 more tier 17s. Do these Ziggies, they drop pretty good stuff. It's a good one. Couple more Ziggies, and I might just start doing maybe some like Cirrus Guardian, whatever, Conqueror farms, like a hybrid Conqueror Rogue Exile farm, and attempt to get a level doing that. Build up lots of Cirrus fights. Probably do the same with Shaper Guardians, all that kind of stuff. Just get a bunch of boss fights ready for Yeah, I get a bunch of boss fights ready for maybe Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. Try and get some more fodder for gambling on the Friday. Just kind of keep things going, keep improving this guy. I like chest change for sure. It's definitely helping. Probably won't put too much more investment into this guy. Probably do some more theory crafting on the minion guy. Maybe see about doing some sort of other original sin build. I had in my mind, it's like, okay, I want a guy that's just going to be able to just absolutely poop on. Here's 17 bosses. Gonna be able to do like an easy Uber Shaper farm. Like I already have I already have a miner, right? Which can pretty much do all the Uber bosses except for like I'd rather not do Uber Shaper and Uber Maven with them. Just because the miner is very squishy. So I'm gonna see if I can get this guy doing those bosses, kind of fill his role for that. I like to have a role for the characters I make. And of course, using items from like the particular leagues that I'm in, right? So obviously this guy's using a sword that you know has the returning projectiles on it. Minion guy, I guess, wouldn't have that. Unfortunately, that'd just be more of a just a fun thing that I've always wanted to make. So we'll see about that. See if it comes to fruition. It might just be a theory craft that never comes to fruition. We'll see. This looks like it's gonna be a good altar. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, I already have a pretty good tier 17 farmer using the headhunter, right? Like, I have my wander for that. It's I was thinking just something that I can really just go through and not worry about many things. Not worry about a lot of the modifiers. That's the problem, is like there's so many bad modifiers, right? Yeah, it looks okay. It's just I'm worried about its survivability at the moment. I haven't really decided what to exactly go with, if I want to go with life or E-Shield or even ward, for that matter. Not entirely sure. What's that replica item? Ooh. One more ritual. Yeah, I've always just done like heist is something I do every league, and I always see that Iron Fortress sword, and it's like, there's an Iron Fortress, whatever that sword is, the triple damage for your skeletons. And I've always looked at it thinking like, when's someone gonna make a build for it? You know, like it looks like it'd be so cool. Maybe I have to be the person to make the build. Maybe someone has. I don't know. I haven't looked too much into it. But it looks so cool. All right, we're doing a little better. Gone a little bit more try hard for these fights too, but maybe I'm just getting more used to it. Feels like I'm going more try hard for these fights. Ow! Takes forever to drop all her stuff. Crusader Buckler, maybe. It's only 24. Grab the good ones out of there. That was close. Check all the helmets for +2 minion, right? There. Nope. And I guess we checked the evasion-based armors for suppression. Nope. And we'll run a very similar. Oh wow, it's already 3 o'clock. Oh wow, it's already 3 o'clock. Whispering Ice, that's such a cool item. And percent. Whispering Ice, that's such a cool item. And percentant. So, I guess I'll start summarizing. All in all, pretty unsuccessful. I do like the direction we're going with more defenses. Definitely going to do some more testing off stream. I'll compare this guy to the just to my other characters, and just taking into consideration clear speed and all that good stuff. I think tomorrow we will try against Uber Shaper, Uber Maven, see if we can get some consistent, and yeah, good for farming them gems, some good, that big ticket Shaper drop. But still dealing with these wisdom teeth, recovering from that. Definitely a lot more tired. Losing train of thought a little easier as well. So hopefully I'm better in the next couple days from that. But yeah. So tomorrow I think we're going to focus on Uber Shaper, Uber Maven fights with this character, and just keep improving it. At this point, I don't want to invest too much more into it. I'm also going to be looking into other uses of the original Sin Ring, seeing as that's the first time I've been able to get one. Maybe we'll be able to make it work elsewhere on a different character if this character ends up not being as good as I had hoped. And that being said, definitely a mid-level strength stacker budget aside from the original Sin at this point. I am very convinced that, and I'm very sure that if we were to get the proper equipment that costs about a mirror each, that the strength stacking, Molten Strike the Zenith will do amazing. It's just all down to me not having the currency to invest in it, whether it's worth it at this point in the league. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the help with the build. and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.